Hello and welcome to American Franchise Dream, helping you navigate the maze of franchise opportunities. Visit us on the web at AmericanFranchiseDream.com. Today's presentation is on the American franchise, 4 steps to finding the right franchise for you. Let's get started. Now, starting your franchise search is not an easy thing. If you're like most people, there's a lot of confusion as to what you should do first, where you should go, how do you really go about this? But before we get into that, let's just look at what is the key principle that drives a franchise search. And it is finding the right franchise requires examining yourself as much as the opportunity. In other words, you can't focus just on selecting the franchise and examining it. You have to examine yourself and what you bring to the table. That's the key principle. Okay, let's get into the steps. Number 1 is really understanding the franchise model. A lot of people make the mistake in thinking that they understand the model because it's so familiar. This causes them to overlook some important details that really needed to be incorporated into the decision. Probably the most important thing is that you're part of a team. As a franchisee, you're part of a bigger picture and you have to follow the rules. So let's just look at some tips here. When you purchase a franchise, it's important that you understand you don't actually own the business. You own the right to operate the business for a certain period of time, and typically that is 5 to 10 years. That's what you own, the right to operate. You don't actually own the business. That's a key point. Number 2, you are buying into, quote, buying into a system, and like I said, you need to follow the rules. This isn't something you're going to get in and then start defining your own thing. There's certain guidelines you're going to have to follow, so you better be prepared for that and understand that that's what you're getting into. Now, while you might see those first 2 as disadvantages, it depends on how you look at it, there are also many advantages. Now, the right franchise is going to provide you with brand recognition, a proven business model, a local internet marketing strategy. These are all important things that give you a leg up, if you will. It gives you an advantage, and it can help improve your success rate. Look at it this way. Somebody has taken the time to define this business and make all the mistakes along the way and incorporate those learnings into the business model. By the time you're buying into this, you should have something that's proven. If you don't, then stay away. It's a red flag. Okay, number 2. You need to know what franchising really offers, or maybe it's better said saying, what doesn't it offer? Many make the mistake of thinking that buying into a franchise is going to put them on easy street. Well, I got news for you. It doesn't put you on easy street. Just because there are some things that are already predefined doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Think of it this way. A franchise provides you with a roadmap to success. It helps by predefining a lot of things for you. But guess what? Even though you have that map, you still have to do all the driving. And we're not done with the metaphors. The franchise will provide you with operational guidelines and procedures, but you still need to run the business. It's going to be hard work. Whether you're starting a business from scratch or whether you're starting a franchise, it's going to be hard work. It's just the hope that you have in buying into a franchise is because many people have already been through it, that you can help limit the amount of mistakes you make and get a business up and running much more quickly. And then lastly, think of it this way. As I said, we're not done with the metaphors. A franchise will provide you with the model, or I like to fish, so I'll say the fishing rod, but you still have to catch, clean, and cook the fish. Okay, we're done with the metaphors. I think you get the idea. Buying a franchise is not going to put you on easy street. There's a lot of hard work. Okay, number 3. This goes back to the principle that we started with on the presentation. You have to take inventory of yourself. One of the most important things you can do in finding the right franchise is to fully understand what you bring to the table before you start your search. So the recommendation is to make a list. Do a skills inventory. You need to know your strengths, your weaknesses. Look at your past performance reviews and jobs you may have had. What did your boss tell you were your strengths and weaknesses? And if there are things that you don't possess, things that are needed to succeed, then figure that out now. And if you still want to go down this path, Maybe you pull in a business partner to fill the gap. Do an inventory of your business experience. Document those past experiences that you have that would actually help you succeed in the business. For example, do you have sales and marketing experience? This is quickly becoming a must-have for small business owners. So make a list. And again, it's important where are the gaps and how are you going to fill them. Goals. Now, when I say goals, you got to examine multiple angles of those goals. What are your business goals, your personal goals, your financial goals? And I'd even add another one to this. What are your family goals? How does making this decision affect all of those goals? You need to examine and document them. Write them down and actually use these goals as a filter in selecting a franchise and basically check the box. Does this franchise allow me to meet these goals, this goal, financial, business, etc. Number 4, franchise selection. You need to make sure you select a franchise that is right for you and ensure that the franchise doesn't select you. Now, it's important to understand, what do I mean by that statement? A franchise that could select you could be one of these franchisors that are only focused on selling franchises. What do I mean by that? Basically, they're in the business of collecting money from those that want to buy a franchise. Anybody that has a heartbeat and enough money to purchase a franchise. Believe me, they're out there. And they're not really focused on long-term success of any franchise. You have to make sure you stay away from those traps. Don't let that type of franchisor select you. Now, a franchisor may see you as a good fit. Even a high-quality franchisor may see you as a good fit for their franchise. But that doesn't mean the franchise is a good fit for you. Because even though they see you as a great person that could maybe operate that franchise, that doesn't mean it's going to fit into some of your goals. So just be careful of that. Make sure that you're the one doing the selection. And then the third tip here is that a franchisor should be able to provide you with a franchisee success profile. This is going to define the characteristics of a successful franchisee, and you can compare those characteristics to what you bring to the table. And you see in parentheses here it says successful franchisee and territory. Make sure you understand which franchisees are doing the best and what do their territories look like, because you really want to make sure that you're not buying a great franchise and putting it in a bad territory, which is going to set you up for failure. Okay, quick summary. You need to understand the business model and understand that you operate the business but don't own it. You need to understand what franchise offers and doesn't offer. And please do not underestimate the work. Buying a franchise does not put you on easy street. You need to take an inventory of yourself and really be critical and answer this question thoroughly. What do you bring to the equation? You are half of this business model, and you can't ignore it. And then lastly, selection. Don't let the franchisor select you. Okay, I want to thank you for listening. Please be sure and visit us at AmericanFranchiseDream.com and check out our free tools. We have a Franchising 101 ebook that provides some good analysis of the basics of franchising. We have a 22-page book called Franchise Fit that'll really help you do that inventory and do a self-analysis to see whether or not you're a good fit. And then finally, take a look at our franchise SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and it gives you a good model in which to evaluate your franchise opportunities. And hey, if you found this video helpful, please like us and spread the word. And again, thanks for listening.